This is Tom Fox with the Kerrville Weekly News for the week ending June 7, 2025. I'm back for a solo turn, and some of the stories that caught my eye this week include the Planning and Zoning Commission's rejection of a county's bid, or Kerr County's bid, to install a huge new sign at the Hill Country Youth Event Center. The Kerrville Planning and Zoning Commission denied a sign variance from the county, highlighting the ongoing tensions between the city and county over jurisdictional authority. What makes this questionable is that it is for the Hill Country Youth Event Center, which is outside the city limits of Kerrville, or at least in unincorporated Kerrville or unincorporated Kerr County. At any rate, it will certainly exacerbate ongoing tensions between those two parties who really don't seem to get along too well for some reason. But the proposed sign would replace the existing sign at the facility. The county said the sign is old, doesn't work consistently, and it's difficult to read on a busy highway with a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. And the facility operates at a significant financial loss to the county, but it brings substantial benefits to the community. So the county was arguing, we're helping the city out, and you need to help us out. But there was opposition, certainly from folks like Bill Rector, who questioned whether a large electronic sign aligned with Kerrville's 2050 plans for vision, of a small town and small town charm, whether it's a safety hazard, whether it is a dark sky concern because of light and pollution in that part of the county. The prior 32-foot square sign was a compromise because that was oversized as well, but this 66 square foot went so far beyond what's reasonable that one commissioner said it was just unfair to citizens, and it was not what was best for the city of Kerrville. In a somewhat warning note, Kerrville water workers who work for the water department in the city of Kerrville do not sell products, and they wear uniforms. So city officials are warning residents about people falsely representing themselves as municipal utility workers. And the utilities director said the city has heard instances in other cities where individuals impersonating utility employees are trying to sell water filtration systems. And David Barrera, the utilities director, said, we're not in the business of doing that, and we wear a uniform. So if someone comes to you saying that they're with the Kerrville Water Department and they're not wearing a uniform, get them off your property. Also, this is the third and final weekend of the Kerrville Folk Festival. It's been a great success this year, and we've got some great acts on this weekend's lineup. If you haven't been out to this year's festival, I'd really urge you to get out and see the Folk Festival. It's not a bunch of hippies out there smoking dope. It's a lot of people our age listening to some very, very, very good music. So check out the Kerrville Folk Festival on its last weekend for 2025. The complete cock-up of the Kerr County Animal Shelter continued this week as a special commissioners meeting on Monday discussing cost overruns lasted multiple hours. So we might hope that at some point the county will get its act together, but that may be a forlorn hope. They don't seem to be able to figure out how to build this with the money that's been appropriated or cuts to make, and you have to wonder, do they really even want to do this? This is Tom Fox. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. This podcast is a production of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I hope you will subscribe, rate, and review this podcast wherever great podcasts are listened to. I hope you'll join Gilbert, Andrew, and myself next week, where we take a look at some of the top stories from Kerrville and the surrounding Hill Country area. Thanks so much for listening.